upon a time, in a faraway city, lived a girl called Abisola. She lived with her mother, who worked as a secretary in one of the small companies in the city. Despite their efforts, they struggled to make ends meet. Abisola, or Bisola as she was popularly called, was a brave and intelligent girl who loved studying. She never took her education lightly, knowing how hard her mother worked to pay for it. Bisola also loved helping her mother in any way she could. Every day after school, she would go around the neighborhood collecting used bottled water, which she would later sell to support the family financially. One day, Bisola returned from school and found her mother already at home. It surprised her because her mother usually came back late, working overtime. Bisola greeted her mother and asked why she was back so early. Her mother informed her that she had lost her job. Bisola was devastated but consoled her mother, assuring her that she would find a better job soon. However, as time passed, things didn't improve. Bisola's mother struggled to find another job, and their situation worsened. Bisola was kicked out of school due to unpaid fees, and they faced difficulty affording regular meals. With no other choice, they decided to move back to her mother's hometown. Bisola was happy to be reunited with her grandmother, whom she hadn't seen in a long time due to her mother's busy schedule. When her grandmother learned about their situation, she empathized with them and welcomed them with open arms. She provided much-needed support during the challenging time. Bisola was enrolled in the school her mother had attended in her youth. She was overjoyed because she had thought she might never be able to go to school again. Her grandmother, acting as an angel, paid for her school fees. On Bisola's first day at the new school, something unexpected happened. She came across a distressing scene. A group of girls surrounding another girl who was crying uncontrollably. To Bisola's dismay, the leader of this group was still kicking the poor girl. It was a sight she couldn't bear to witness. Out of compassion, Bisola bravely approached the bully and questioned why she was tormenting the helpless girl. At that moment, Bisola realized something astonishing. The bully was a mirror image of herself. The resemblance was so striking that it left her utterly stunned, doubting her own eyes. The whole class was whispering in amazement at the incredible similarity between the two. As the girl's piercing gaze swept over Bisola, she issued a stern warning, cautioning her not to interfere in her affairs ever again. With that, she turned and walked away, leaving Bisola confused and unable to process the encounter fully. She wondered if the girl could be her twin sister, but dismissed the thought since she believed herself to be her mother's only child. Later, she discovered that the girl's name was Bimbola. She happened to be the only daughter of the richest man in their village and was known for bullying others at school. Despite complaints to the teachers, nothing was done because her father supported the school financially. After school, Bisola accompanied her grandmother to the supermarket to buy groceries. As Bisola and her grandmother strode through the supermarket, they unexpectedly came face to face with Bimbola and a man whom seemed to be her father. Bisola quickly told her grandmother about Bimbola being the bully from her class. It appeared that Bimbola and her father had also noticed their presence as they began making their way towards them. As Bimbola and her father approached, Bisola got a close view of the middle-aged man, and her heart raced in her chest. The man bore a striking resemblance to the faded picture of her father that she kept at home. Bisola's grandmother warmly greeted Bimbola's father, addressing him by the name Babatunde. It was the same name as Bimbola's supposedly deceased father. She knew that this was more than a coincidence. Ignoring her grandmother's inquisitive gaze, Bisola blurted out without thinking, "Are you my father?" The room fell silent, and Tunde appeared shocked but did not deny it. He could see the undeniable resemblance between the two girls. Instead, he turned to Bisola's grandmother, seeking an explanation. In a hushed voice, her grandmother began to unravel the truth. It turned out that many years ago, Bimbola's mother had fallen in love with Tunde, as she normally called him. Upon discovering she was pregnant, she joyfully shared the news with Tunde. However, he was unable to handle the responsibilities and suddenly left town, leaving Bimbola's mother alone. His inability to shoulder the responsibilities shattered her dreams. Overwhelmed by the possibility of raising two children on her own, Bimbola's mother made a desperate decision. She gave one of the twins, Abimbola, to Tunde's mother, intentionally hiding the fact that Abimbola had a twin, then moved to the city, telling everyone, including Bisola, that her husband had died, leaving her with her only child. The revelation shocked everyone, particularly Bisola and Abimbola. They experienced a mix of emotions: anger at the lies they had been told, sorrow for the years they had lost as sisters, and also a strange sense of relief and excitement about discovering each other. When they returned home, Bisola met her mother, who happily shared the news of her new job. However, Bisola couldn't find joy in sharing her mother's happiness. She went straight to her room, locked the door, and refused to come out. She couldn't believe her mother had lied to her all her life. When Bisola's mother learned about what had happened in the market from her mother, she felt immense remorse and grief for deceiving her daughter. Tearfully, she apologized to Bisola, explaining that she had kept the truth hidden to protect her from the disappointment of a father who had abandoned them and to provide both her daughters with a better life. Bisola had no choice but to forgive her mother, who had endured immense hardships on her behalf. Bisola and Abimbola, despite the circumstances surrounding their meeting, tried to build a sisterly bond. They spent time together sharing their experiences. Bisola came to understand why Abimbola had resorted to bullying in school. It turned out that Abisola's stepmother mistreated her whenever her father Tunde was away. Feeling threatened by Abisola's presence and the attention her father gave her, the stepmother created a toxic environment at home. This harsh treatment forced Abimbola to develop a tough exterior, turning to bullying as a means of self-preservation. Bisola wasted no time in informing her mother about the situation. Her mother was furious and demanded to take Abimbola with her since she had secured a better job. When Tunde discovered what had been happening in his absence, he was heartbroken. However, it was too late to rectify everything. and he had no choice but allow Abimbola to go with her mother. Tunde also asked Bisola and her mother for forgiveness, troubled by guilt. He tried to make amends by offering financial support, but Bisola, ever the independent spirit, politely declined. She made it clear that she didn't need his wealth. She only desired honesty and time from him. Abimbola, influenced by Bisola's kindness and courage, began to change her ways and stopped bullying her classmates. As time went on, Tunde, their father, made a sincere effort to be present in his children's lives. He attended their school events, took them out for outings, and showed genuine remorse for his past actions. Although forgiveness was a gradual process, Bisola appreciated their father's effort and gradually opened her heart to him. As the years went by, Bisola and Abimbola formed a strong bond and continued to grow closer. They supported each other through the ups and downs of life and became each other's pillars of strength. Bisola's mother and Tunde, now on better terms, also found consolation in their renewed connection and shared the responsibility of raising their daughters. Bisola and Abimbola lived happily ever after, cherishing their newfound sisterhood. The moral lesson of this story is that honesty and forgiveness are powerful tools for healing and building strong relationships. We should always strive to be truthful with ourselves and others, as hiding the truth can lead to misunderstandings and pain. Forgiving others, even when they have hurt us, allows us to let go of anger and find peace within ourselves. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, comment and subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video. Bye!